Almost 9 years ago, I created a set of images that changed my career. It launched me into editorial photography and started my journey into shooting magazine features and covers. So I was in a phase of building my portfolio and I wanted to create a set of images. I really loved Joey L's work and the work he was doing with the History Channel. One of the problems was it's very difficult to find costumes and wardrobe and locations and things like that to compile and put them all into a shoot. But what I realized was happening was there was a War of 1812 reenactment happening. And so I went to the battlefield, which was a couple of blocks away from my house where I lived. And I grew up going to the house there and the monument. My grandmother lived just one street over on Battlefield Drive. It's something that I remembered from my childhood, and I thought this would be great to bring into my work. We would have reenactors present. Those people are very detailed and particular about creating authenticity in their costumes, and we were on the actual site of the battlefield, and they had tents and everything set up. So I went down with my good friend Merrick. He carried the light for me on the monopod, studio strobe, a plug-in strobe connected to a version 1 of a Policy Buff Vagabond, which was essentially a giant 12-volt battery. I think it might have even been like a motorcycle battery. That it was really heavy. You had to put it on your, like, in a pack, like that would strap over your shoulder. I actually think these were shot with this beauty dish. It's a white beauty dish. It's Bowen's, and I shot it with a diffusion panel on the beauty dish. So I want to show you the images. What we did is when we went out, we had just approached reenactors. Merrick was holding the light, and I would just stop them and I'd say, hey, I'd really love to take your portrait. Is that something you'd be open to? Yeah, they would just stop, they would sit, they would pose, looking as they do. And these images I shot with my Canon 60D using the 50mm f1.8. Inexpensive crop sensor camera with a lens that I paid $80 for to get these images and get me shooting editorial features and covers for magazines. So I took these images and I put them into a portfolio along with some other images. Went to have a meeting with an art director at the local city magazine here. When she saw these images, she pulled out a big book that she had, a binder full of images. She started leafing through the book, flipping page and saying, this is what I have these ideas. And I was like, yes, we could do that. That's great. We can execute things like that. And we started planning shoots. And that's really what got me moving into editorial and magazine work. Looking back on the images, I don't think they're that great. What I ended up doing was I went back the following year, and that year I went with my big 48-inch Octabox. I had another friend who was helping me out, but again, we were with a studio strobe, a 600-watt second studio strobe on a battery pack, outside in the evening and at night. We were taking these images. There are no lights around. The only lights that we had were the light source that I could bring. So I shot a new series with new reenactors, same location, same event. I like these images a lot better. I think they look a lot better. I was using better equipment. I guess what I want to get at here is you have to go out and take chances. Yeah, you just have to grab your equipment and go and get the images that you want to get. You can't sit around waiting for images to come to you. It's not going to happen. When you're building your portfolio, you have to go and make it happen. And that doesn't stop throughout your career. The work that you get hired to do is not going to be the work that you put in your portfolio. Your portfolio is going to consist primarily of personal work that you're doing, projects that you're creating. And when people see that work, they're going to say, oh, I really like what he does. We want to hire him for our company or our ad campaign, our magazine, and do the thing that he does. This is the same approach I took on a few other occasions with some public figures. Canadian comedian Rick Mercer, he was performing locally, and I just contacted his PR person, and I said, look, I'd love to come and photograph him. They gave me 12 minutes, and these are some of the shots that I got from that. Ralph Nader, U.S. politician and author, the person who's responsible for getting seatbelts put into every vehicle. He was doing a book reading at the local library. I contacted the library. They knew who I was. They were familiar with my work, and they said, yes, come on down. And I was able to get, I think, 5 minutes with him prior to him going up and doing his book signing. Another time we had a former politician, Premier of Ontario, Kathleen Wynne. She was giving a speech again at the library. Without any prompting, I just put my equipment in my car, went to the library, and when I got there, she happened to be just about to leave, and I stopped her and I said, do you mind if I just get a couple of images of you for my portfolio? And this is the one image I got that I think is good. Doing that, just getting that one image is worth it. That was about an hour of my time. I had 10 minutes with her, and 8 of which I spent setting up a backdrop and getting the shot. Set up some backdrops, set up some lights. I did it as fast as I could, and I had, I think, 2 minutes with her. I got, not many frames, but all I really needed was one shot, and that's all that really matters. Go out and get that shot. Let me know if you have a shot like that in your portfolio. Leave a comment below. If you found this video insightful or helpful, hit that like button. That really helps, and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching. Take care.